Hi all, I'm Jessica from the Hood School of Acting, and today you're going to watch a monologue from the Spoon River process. So in the Spoon River process, actors will actually tackle many different books, and today's monologue is going to be Chicken Soup of the Soul. The goal here is that the actors are going to specifically have a doing. They'll have an emotional life that will change throughout, but they'll also have that clear doing. These monologues are excellent, and I'm really excited for you to watch them. Thanks.
I looked across the room, and my heart froze. There, standing on the wall among the other inmates, was a younger version of my recently deceased father. The resemblance was so uncanny that my husband, Andy, who was right next to me, leaned down and said, "Do you see that guy over there? He looks so much like your dad, it's creepy." I'm sure that I looked calm and composed underneath, but I was really shaking. Oh, get a grip. Maybe it's just a trick of the lights. I mean, it hasn't been that long since your dad passed. Maybe he's been on your mind subconsciously. My childhood left much to be desired. Years before my father's passing, we both agreed he wasn't the father either of us would have liked. He gave me the gift of an apology, but for some reason, I just felt like there was no closure. How do I get myself into these fixes? I mean, here I was, trying to offer a weekend retreat to these inmates with 25 other volunteers and my husband. I just need to get a grip. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? I'm here now. I might as well just go through with it. There's lots of people here, no problem. I mean, if I don't look at him and he doesn't look at me, maybe we don't exist to each other. I was going through this mental argument when I was snapped out by the calling of my name. First outside leader at table 6, Mary Rachelski. And to her left, first candidate, Richard. I meandered my way through the tables, trying not to look at him. "Hello, my name is Richard." I turned to look into the eyes of my recently deceased father. That younger version haunting me. Now, on further inspection, the resemblance was uncanny. I mean, not only did he look like him, but he sounded like him. Same mannerisms, same way of combing his hair, same use of big words out of context, just like my father. He even wore the same aftershave. I mean, God has a pretty good sense of humor, doesn't he? Or does he? This man was almost in every way like my father, except never once did he make me feel dumb. He made me feel like I was the most intelligent, amazing woman on this planet. He laughed at my jokes. He validated everything that I said and did. He held my chair for me and got me snacks. I mean, after the shock wore off, I could say there were some differences, but it was uncanny. One of the most special and sacred experiences of the retreat is the foot washing. We reenact the foot washing before Jesus' Last Supper. It's a really incredible and intense experience. Everybody is connected emotionally. You might see a white man washing a black man's feet, or a man washing a woman's feet. Everyone humbles him or herself. I was getting down to replace somebody who was washing feet when I looked up to see which candidate was next. You guessed it. It was Richard. I looked up to see him, and immediately his face changed to that of my father's. I started to cry. I was literally washing my father's feet. This was my chance to tell him that I loved him, that I forgave him, and to go in peace. When I looked back up at him, he was crying, but his face was filled with pure peace. Then instantly, his face changed back to Richard's. I couldn't wait to tell Andy what had happened on our car ride home. I wasn't sure if I was going crazy or what was happening. And that night I couldn't sleep. So I sat down and wrote Richard a letter. Only then could I fall asleep. The next morning I went to the chaplain and it was approved that I could give my letter to Richard. Surprisingly, he had written a letter for me for several hours. He asked that I wait and read it when I got home. This is in part what it said. Dear Mary, I almost didn't go through with the foot washing exercise. You see, I didn't feel worthy. So before sitting down, I asked God for a sign to show me that he could forgive me for all the terrible things that I had done, many of which I shared with you in this letter. I've only told one other person in this world my secrets. When I looked down into your face, you were crying. I thought that was my sign. And then I saw your face turn to that of Christ's. The peace of the Lord be with you. Richard.